And staying with the point that we all agree free trade is a good thing if there's a level playing field, and I don't think there is one with places like China. But I guess his end objective in these very uncertain times, in these I guess, war times, particularly with China, Michael, the reindustrialisation of the US manufacturing base is a good thing.
It is, especially for American workers. They love it. And it really is
defence preparedness too.
It's a national security issue with China, with Iran, and even with Russia. The Russians are not actually going along with the Donald's plans. So, you know, we'll have to see where that all turns out. But the tariff thing is designed to reindustrialise America. I don't know whether it will, because a lot of the free trade agreements he had with Canada and Mexico did seem to actually work. He renegotiated them well last time, so this is a bit of a puzzle where this will all end up.
Yeah, I don't think it's a real mistake if anyone's trying to see this through the prism of just straight economics tonight or trade policy. I think there's lots of elements to it. Hey, what on earth's going on with Elon Musk?
So it really is fascinating, just the role that he's played and came out of the Silicon Valley character to being a meaningful person who helped with the election and everything he's doing with Doge. He's become very divisive. People are burning Teslas. There's acts of terrorism that they're
so all the
starting
people
with around
that
that.
virtue signal by buying a Tesla, a virtue signal, torching a Tesla. I love it.
That virtue signal outranks the other one. And it's, as a branding study, it's really fascinating because Tesla was the most valuable brand on earth, more than Apple, more than Hermes,
really?
A few short years ago. And now the stock is plummeting. There are consequences for this, but I think he just is looking at the bigger picture. He really thinks that he can play a role to help right the country and help Trump in some way. So he's in there for now. I don't think he'll be there forever. He's got many other things on his plate to take care of, but for now I think he's paying a price.
Only a temporary role, and I think he's going to go the way of Vivek Ramaswamy and do something else, particularly look after his own business.
His demise today, you know, these leaks and then they were sort of hosed down. You think that's premature, Michael?
I think it's premature, but I think it's a natural process. He's a businessman. Surely he wants the stock price of Tesla to go back up, and maybe he'll work out that he needs to be seen as a bit less divisive. I mean, I think generally people in America, like in Australia, are in favour of less government inefficiency. So that's a generally good concept, but some people think that he's given the image of being, you know, having too wider elbows and going in too hard.
I also think, though, don't you think, that the corporate America, Wall Street America, and all of these people that have been grifting off the US budget for so long, they're invested in seeing him off. Right? They want the plummet in the Tesla share price to send him back to his day job. They don't want him looking any harder. I mean, there are all these allegations about the Clintons and their funds, and you know, there's a whole lot of people, perhaps,
lots
that
of
have been
protected
taking money for a long time that don't want that found out.
He's in the special position, like a special government employee that has a 130-day cap to it. That can be extended. But the point is he is meant to be like a SWAT team and in there for the short term, get this show on the road with Doge. He's brought in very smart people underneath him. And then, you know, he's got 5 companies to run, so I'm sure he's not going to be there forever.
I haven't lost sight of the fact that Cardinal Pell was doing the same thing in the Vatican, and then the allegation is they went after him. We know what happened there. So we'll see. Michael, what on earth is happening in France?
Well, this is a perfect example of defend people who you disagree with's right to say what they say. I mean, taking a corruption allegation and then ruling out a person who's the front runner, however much I disagree with her politics, from being involved in running for the presidency of France again, it's a terrible democratic deficit.
For people at home, Marine Le Pen is accused of doing what Daniel Andrews did with Red Shirts, basically using,
I thought you'd remember that.
Basically using government-funded staff to do politicking.
That's exactly it. And, you know, she should be fined and she should have the public odium of that. But being ruled out, I mean, some of these judges are crazy. They're crazy with power. And, you know, we saw that in the United States where they tried to stop Trump running through all of this lawfare. Stick to politics.
The attacks are all coming on the right.
Stick to politics.
Yeah.
Beat people by political difference.
All right. We'll see you next week.